on the Lower East Side that we're checking out, which is like right down the street from Casino, Arizona, dude. I'm actually loving that.
That's where we'll have the post show meeting.
Yeah, dude, I'm absolutely loving that, man. That's Brent, Mr. Brent Kerrigan. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, JD, what's going on, buddy?
You're looking so spiffy right now, dude.
I know, I'm 2 for 2. And last time I came in, I surprised you. I mean, I'm making
What's the missus think about that? I know you don't dress like this regularly, so
I think she likes it.
Yeah,
I think she does. Probably at least makes her think that I'm a little higher status than I am. There's no fooling her. I mean, she still knows I'm still a schmuck. But
be like, hey, we're going out to meet new friends. Can you not change after work? That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm trying to find colored shirts that I never ever needed to wear. I'm like, oh, I still do have that. I'm like, oh, now I need to drop 10 pounds to fit into it.
Right. I'm more like 20. And with us, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the man behind the mirror, the man in the mirror. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Mr. Aaron Davis.
Hola.
What's going on, man?
Nothing.
He's trying to appeal to our Spanish-speaking audience.
You
got to give him credit for it, though.
Yeah.
Buenos tardes.
Very good. All right. Muchos grandes or gracias or something. All right.
Donde está el baño?
Dude, when we were
the cheese is old and moldy.
I just listened for my name. We were talking about what to kind of do for the show earlier on, and to be honest, I mean, we could pretty much take up this entire hour talking about nothing but what happened in the NFL today. So we'll see if we can get to other headlines.
And technically, there's only been like 2.5 hours of work done.
Right.
And we could probably talk about this probably for like a whole Saturday. So
a couple weeks. Yeah.
A lot of stuff's been going on.
So the latest news is Darrelle Revis agrees to a 5-year, $70 million deal to go back to the Jets.
I am completely shocked by that.
It's all about the money now.
Well,
he's already got the ring now. That's pretty much it is. I got my ring. Give me the most money I can
say
get.
What you want about the guy, but he's played it perfect.
Yeah,
he's a mercenary. He'll go where you want. He'll play for a year. Whatever you pay him, he'll sit out and get more money. That's what he's supposed to do in the system. They can cut him at any time. He can hold out at any time.
Yeah.
Well, he does. He's been known to hold out before.
Why would you hold out?
Perfect.
To me, though, he's got the most money he's ever going to get on a deal.
Well, yeah, and he won a ring.
He won a ring.
Now he's got a ring, and he's got all that money. Doesn't matter. He can do it again after this year and sit out again, and he probably will, and he'll get paid again.
Yep. Pretty smart, man. He's pretty smoking fart.
He's brilliant at it.
Yeah.
I just would think that at this time he would want to come back.
It's good that he went back to coming back. You know what? Fine. Doesn't matter. I mean, like I was saying before the show, I'd be more concerned if he went to Buffalo. That's a little bit more intimidating. He went to the Jets. Okay, you're the defensive guy on the Jets. Congratulations. Don't really care. Still not going to stop New England.
Well, they also signed Buster Screen, who he's not a great corner.
To bust the screen.
He's pretty good.
Actually, I've never heard of the guy. So okay.
No, he's Cleveland. He's pretty good. He's young, but it gives him that powerful 2 top-tier cornerbacks, I guess, if you want, that they had with him and Cromartie.
Right.
Which is good for the Cardinals because I think Cromartie is going to come back here. He's a free agent too.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll re-sign with the Cardinals now.
What about Jimmy Graham going to the Seahawks?
Who saw that coming?
No. I understand why they did it. They are so buried in they're in the negative so far in the salary cap. It's not even funny. They're going to be a good 3 to 4 years away from being able to at least be active in the free agent market.
It's a weird deal too because the Seahawks trade their center Max Unger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure why you'd want to give up your center unless you know something about him, but you get one arguably the second best tight end in the game.
Yeah, I'd say second.
But I mean, for them, they don't have any weapons out there.
I want to see if we can get his mom on our show. We know his mom. His mom's a good follower of That's On Media.
Oh, let's try.
So I want to see if we can get her on the show. I'm going to see if she can come in a couple of weeks and talk about the transition. So of him, Jimmy Graham going from the Saints to the Seahawks.
Gives Russell Wilson.
Oh, hell yeah. Russell Wilson's about to have a career year passing. And it frees up, dude. That frees up Lynch too, man.
For the Cardinals, it hurts them because they have always struggled against the tight end too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help.
Yep. Jimmy Graham to the Seahawks. Trying to see what the terms were. Has anybody got the terms?
I think
on
it's
that?
the same deal. He signed that deal last year. Remember? When the whole wide receiver tight end.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I think they just gave that contract over to
So Jimmy Graham and a 4th-round pick to the Seahawks for
Max Unger.
Max Unger and a 1st-round pick. So
It's the 2016 first round
yeah,
next year.
but still, it's a 1st-round pick.
Yeah.
If you're going to rebuild, you need 1st-round picks. Which brings the question. I don't think the Seahawks. I mean, they've lost a couple of their defensive starters already. One to Oakland and one to Philly. But that offense looks really good.
Yeah, the
right
offense looks much better.
now. That
Much
looks
better.
really good.
Speaking of that, Byron Maxwell is the cornerback that goes to the Eagles.
The Phillies,
Right,
yeah.
right.
And he got a big money deal too, $63 million.
He did,
6
but
years.
Yeah.
on the defensive side, it's a good call. But what the hell are they doing on the offensive side? They gave away everybody and got back Mark Sanchez. What?
Sanchez did all right for him last year.
I know.
Until
but
the ball was
still.
snapped.
No, he did okay. He did okay. He did better than some.
Oh,
of the
he didn't have a
stars
butt
out there.
fumble or
I
anything
just-
like that.
I just don't get why they went so sour on Foles. I mean, he had an
Injury,
unbelievable rookie year.
Yeah,
Then he came out last year, he got hurt.
I think he's
I mean-
going to revive St. Louis to the greatest show on turf with the speed that they got at receivers. If they can get a decent running back there, and I'm not talking about an every down back. I'm talking about a couple people that can get out of the backfield and catch the ball. That offense could fly next year.
I don't like it because I like Foles. I think he's a good quarterback.
So, but you don't like him because he went to the Rams, and you're a Cardinal fan.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that
why.
makes sense.
I mean, I like Foles.
That's the first time he's actually justified his argument with something that's actually valid.
No,
Like
I
tiny
think
hands and
I think Foles is a good quarterback. So that's why
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
want him on the Rams because I don't like the Rams.
Does this potentially make the Niners the worst team in the NFC West?
Well, I think that they basically put themselves in a position where the best they can do is third.
They got rid of Gore.
Patrick
Patrick Willis is retired. They already got rid of the
Justin
backup.
Smith is retired.
Yeah, they got rid of the backup linebacker to Willis. They traded him. I said that defense has got some holes. That offense, I think, will still be okay for running. But, I mean, they picked up Torrey Smith. But the problem's
Okay.
never been
They
the
lost
receivers.
Crabtree.
The problem has been the fact that Kaepernick has a rifle for an arm and
No
minimal
one is-
accuracy.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, the only way it's even close is because he throws it so damn hard. It's going to be in the vicinity of where he wants it to go. But, I mean, I think that potentially the 49ers could be the 4th place team there in the West next year.
Now,
I
let
was
me-
thinking they were going to be anyway.
I want to ask you guys both the question. I don't see any of this happening if Harbaugh was still the coach.
I don't either.
I just think a lot because Gore would have ran through a brick wall for that guy if he asked him to. I think that a lot of players had respect for him. I don't think they'd be making all these transitions or people wanting to leave or retire if Harbaugh was still the coach.
Here's the funny thing about Gore, and that's a good point. But here's the funny thing about Gore. Supposedly Gore called McCoy prior to talk about the Eagles. And then after that phone call, he basically changed his mind.
So he did call McCoy.
He called McCoy, but McCoy said, you know what? I told him straight up, it's a great organization to be for. He'll get the ball a lot. That's what McCoy said he said. I don't know if he said that. You know what I'm saying?
know what I'm saying?
So, so I'm thinking he said, look, don't go there. Running backs are treated like crap.
I just didn't get the move. Gore's not a Chip Kelly style running back.
Gore-
it didn't make
He's
sense.
a north and south running back.
Well,
Yes.
but that's what Kelly wanted. That's why he got rid of McCoy, because McCoy danced around too much. Now, granted, he got a lot of yards doing it.
But
Not
Gore's
last
not
year, though.
fast.
He doesn't have to be
He's
fast.
not a speedster.
He
He's
doesn't
a,
have
he's, a,
to be.
he's a brunt force. He'll just run.
Their problem was they couldn't run up the damn middle last year.
I mean, I really like Indy. Indy's gotten a lot better today. They
They
got
did.
Gore.
And they might get Johnson.
They got Gore. They're talking with Johnson. and they also improved their defense.
They got Cole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They got Trent Cole on defense. They
Cole's
got,
old though.
they got
he's a
another
he's a
guy as
veteran.
well.
Kendall
So-
Langford.
I think they've really bumped up that defense to go along with the offense.
They re-signed. I'm not sure if you said that, Aaron, but they re-signed their safety. Mike Adams. Again, he's still. I mean, he's kind of like Cole. I think he's the same age, if not maybe a year or two older.
Well, they got Vontae Davis, who is one of the top cornerbacks in the league. My cousin. Old Vontae at the family reunion.
Right.
Case Keenum to the Rams.
I mean, good for Case Keenum. I don't think he's gotten a fair shake. He's
Yeah.
kind of been pigeonholed in Houston there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's ever going to be a real starter in this league, but
He's a good backup.
Yeah, he's a good backup, and he seems like a nice guy.
Seems like a nice guy.
Well, and I had tweeted to you guys before or texted you guys before I got off work though. I didn't think that AJ Hawk would have left Green Bay.
I'm not really an AJ Hawk fan. I think he's an okay player, and that's it. He's not somebody to
Really?
pick up.
I think
he's underrated. I think he's
I think
underrated.
He's overrated.
I think Matthews is overrated because he's constantly injured.
Well, you also.
And I think AJ Hawk picks up a lot of the slack from Matthews.
I kind of agree with you, Aaron. I think because how good Matthews is, it makes Hawk. He doesn't have to do as much, so he can do better with what he needs to. But I'm honestly, I thought that those two, like with Matthews and Hawk, being that they've been on the same team for what, 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like they almost kind of knew exactly where each other were on every play, and it seemed like they were a good tangent back there. So that's why I was a little surprised to see the move.
What about?
I'm surprised to Cleveland because all their linebackers. Not to step on your toes.
No,
before
go.
we go on, they already have or Cincinnati. They already have a bunch of linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Maliuga, and a few other guys. It's kind of surprising.
Maliuga's been injured.
He's still though. They just re-signed him again, and they still got some other good linebackers there.
What about Sue leaving Detroit? Still hasn't signed the contract for Miami,
Yeah, that's weird.
and Detroit goes and picked up Haloti Ngata.
Great move by Detroit.
I think so.
Yeah,
They just moved on just like that.
Yeah.
They filled the spot with a guy who is probably going to do just as much as Sue did without all the distractions.
Right?
I like the move because the Ravens get weaker, and I don't like the Ravens.
It may even make Fairley better if he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to re-sign Fairley. It kind of
You have
makes
to.
them.
You have to.
I like the Smith to Oakland to go along with their rookie from last year, Mack.
Yes, Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
That guy's a beast.
So I love that linebacking core right there already, just with those two.
Well, two things on that. On Sue, he hasn't signed yet. I heard the rumor is they're trying to avoid the tampering charge because there was that report that came out Sunday that said he's going to sign on Tuesday. So if they just wait till tomorrow, then they can say the report was false.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be shocked if he signs tomorrow. But as far as the Ravens go, now the Ravens are a lot weaker. They lost Nada. They let Chris Canty go.
Yep.
So now they're weak on the defensive line. They still got Suggs and Doomerville and linebackers, but I think they're taking a big step back on the defensive front.
Oh yeah. Anytime you lose Nada, seriously, it's like moving a Mack truck back off of the line, man. Seriously. Yeah, he's one of the premier run stuffers in the league. In fact, they let him go, especially in that division where they love to run the ball.
Yep.
No,
that's a tough division too.
Ravens also lost Daniels, their tight end.
Yep, to Denver.
Peyton, yeah.
Yep.
So he's gonna have another target
because Julius Thomas goes to Jacksonville, which is a weird move too because they already have Mercedes Lewis, who is a good pass catching tight end. So that's kind of interesting. You're going to see a lot of two-back sets there, I guess, in Jacksonville because they don't have any wide receivers.
They got a young one.
Well, you got Ace Sanders. I mean, Cecil Shorts. Justin Blackman, as long as he's not driving a car or drinking.
Raiders. What do you think of Raiders also signing Halu?
I like the guy. I know that some may say that he's a little over. I liked him even watch him in college.
I'm curious what he does on his own. He's going to be the guy there.
Yeah.
They have that other guy.
McFadden hasn't retired, has he?
No, but he's a free agent.
He's free agent. He is a free agent.
I've
Now-
heard talks of him coming to the Cardinals. I'm not opposed to that, but he does get hurt.
The Cardinals did pick up Ayupati.
Yep, which is a good move.
Which will help. I mean,
they need help on line,
absolutely.
and I think you're going to put him on the left side with Jared Valdir, which gives you a top, very strong left side. So as long as Carson Palmer doesn't break his own ACL,
Right.
falling down.
Now, Aaron, was it you that did not? You're not a fan of Hausler at tight end?
I'm not.
See, I like
I don't
him.
think he's panned out. He was a top pick, and he never got that good. They're going to let him go. But the thing with Ayupati is Jonathan Cooper, number 7 overall pick 2 years ago. I think this is the end of him now. You just signed a big-time guard for a guy you picked at number 7.
Right.
And he hasn't been the same since he broke his leg in preseason 2 years ago.
Oh, that's okay. No, for a second there, I was trying to blank on who that. Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
The other question with the Cardinals is at center. They have Lyle Sinline, who he's good. He's a little banged up, but he's really one of the last few guys from that 2009 Super Bowl team. And they might let him go if they can fill that void at center.
Didn't they pick someone up at center this past?
No,
They didn't.
no.
I thought they did.
But he's a local guy. He's from Mesa, so kind of hoping he sticks around.
What's your thoughts on Jeremy Maclin going to the Chiefs?
I guess good for him. He got a lot of money.
Yeah, but Alex Smith didn't throw one touchdown to receivers last year.
Was he under?
He threw 0 touchdowns.
But is
to wide
that a
receivers
product
last year.
of the style they run, or that and their wide receivers weren't that good? Because Dwayne Bowe was not Dwayne Bowe last year.
I know, but I mean, even Gabbard had more passing
But wasn't
touchdowns.
Maclin part of the Eagles when? Oh my God,
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid was there.
Yep.
So I mean, because they haven't mentioned that being like he's at least Andy Reid is very familiar with what he can do, what he can set him up at, what his weaknesses are.
Mhm.
So in that sense, it's always nice to know who you have coming in, being that you've already coached them.
Yeah, I like that. I like that move.
It's a good move for them. I mean, but they're going to need another guy. They have a young tight end who's not bad. But
So there's a couple issues in Philly. Just a couple. They've got Darren Sproles and they've got who the hell's their backup? It starts with a P. It's like Page or something like
Peters?
that. No,
Brandon Peters?
No,
I'll check it.
I'll check it out.
I'll
But he
look-
only
I'll
had
look
like
for it right
100
now.
He had less than 200 yards rushing last year. That's their backup. So,
Yeah, but I mean, with McCoy, he's going to be your number 1.
well, McCoy's no longer an Eagle.
Well, I know, but last year you were going to give it to McCoy,
Right,
Or
but
Sproles.
that's still saying a lot, saying that now it's Sproles and this guy. You know what I'm saying?
But it's a system.
We'll see what happens.
I don't think he cares about the players as much as he cares about running the system.
All right, so give me the argument to Percy Harvin that says you're going to sign with the Buffalo Bills and not the New England Patriots,
Money.
other than money.
Belichick.
I think that's really it. I mean,
No, go ahead, Aaron.
the guy's been a problem in the locker room wherever he's gone. He worked his way out of Minnesota and out of Seattle.
Well, that's why I think that if he were to go to New England, that would stop.
Yeah, but can there be a point where a wide receiver is allowed to get frustrated because he never plays with a damn quarterback? I mean, if you have somebody with his skill set and you never put him on a team where there's a quarterback,
Well,
who's he had? Ponder, not Carson Ponder.
Christian Ponder,
Christian Ponder. He's had Christian Ponder, and he's had Geno Smith.
Joe Webb,
Okay,
And whatever.
and Michael Vick.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson didn't have him
Who,
for a couple
if you
games.
Yeah, but Wilson
if
was
you were-
not a passer. He
If you
wasn't.
remember that he's the whole reason that whole controversy started, where Russell Wilson isn't black enough.
Oh, because of that kind of, yeah, but I mean, when you have a quarterback that gets all that attention and barely throws for 200 yards a game, I mean, really?
I find it hard to decide with the wide receiver who's constantly out because of migraines or an injury.
He didn't even miss any games last year.
I think he missed 2.
No, it was all with Minnesota. He played every game last year with the Jets
I mean,
with horrible quarterbacks.
I could see him going there But I think his biggest thing is going to be money. He's going to go to whoever pays him the most.
No, receivers still care about getting the ball. I mean, you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not even on the field because your quarterback sucks that bad, I mean, come on.
I mean, there's still a lot of players available.
Who would you rather play for, Brent?
I'm just gonna put it if I'm a receiver and I have a chance to go catch balls from Brady, I'm gonna take that opportunity.
Catch Brady's balls.
I would catch them. I catch them high and tight.
That's a little much.
But
Deflated.
I mean, but
just it's probably no different if you're in any sport. If with you being like a receiver, your success primarily comes off of you being able to run your routes and get some distance and separation. But the quarterback is the one who ultimately gives you the ball.
Right.
So Percy is his head issues aside, the guy can catch, the guy can run, he can play, he can make plays.
Right.
So if you're only worried about him in terms of like what he's going to be doing, what he's going to be saying like as a head case, I think Belichick would be the one that would be able to put him in check. Being like, whatever, all that stuff you did before, that stops here.
the thing I think, though, if you're going to run, he's the guy you're going to run those gadget plays with if you're going to run him.
But he can also he can help you in special teams.
But he's also a deep
you've
threat.
already got that guy in Amendola.
Yeah, but he's the deep threat. Patriots don't have a deep threat.
No, they don't. I mean,
Amendola
I can
did
see
well.
him going there, but I think he's going to go where he gets the most money.
No, I mean, I'll agree with
I think
you.
he'd rather, at this point, he's like Revis. I just want to get a ring and then I'll move on. I think he can definitely get a ring.
Is he a U guy? Is he from the U?
Harvin?
He was Miami.
Check on that. I'll check on that.
I'm pretty sure he was Miami.
Ohio?
Nate Irving to visit the Cardinals. Nate Irving, Denver linebacker Nate Irving, will meet with the Arizona Cardinals in the next couple of days. He's only 26 years old, but he missed the final 8 games last season after suffering a sprained, not torn, MCL in Week 9.
Well, I was just so happy last week when I heard that Peyton was coming back. That just made my year.
Not really, no.
No, it's I just love watching them play. I'm glad I'm going to be able to get another year to watch it.
I do not want to see the Brady Manning games or the Brady Luck games anymore. I'm tired of them. Let him play somebody else.
He went to University of Florida. Urban Meyer.
USF. Or University of Florida. Gators.
Very
nice.
Bears.
No, Gators.
Speaking of the Bears,
they were in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, they traded Marshall for a 5th. I think they could have gotten more.
Well, he hasn't stepped on the field since his injury. So and
It's still a 5th. I think you could have got.
They had to get rid of him because if they would have kept him past the deadline, they would have had to pay him to stay on the roster. They had to pay him his bonus. So I could see that move. I don't like it in New York.
It's good for the Jets.
Yeah, but they still don't have anybody to throw him the damn ball. The same issue with Harvin.
Matt Moore.
No.
He's a free agent.
No. How about the Texans lining up Mallett and Hoyer? I thought that was pretty good.
It's kind of weird. Hoyer could beat out Mallett.
Well, Hoyer was the number 2 and Mallett was the number 3 when Mallett got drafted.
Right.
So going to be interesting to see how
that. Well, they have Tom Savage too.
Yeah, they got that too.
Yeah, that's right.
So I don't, unless you're just stockpiling assets, Boston Celtics style. I mean, I guess at quarterback,
whatever works. Yeah,
just throw them all out there. Do a full house backfield with 3 quarterbacks.
Now, did you guys hear that for the Veterans Combine that Tebow is probably going to throw, but they did not allow Young to come and throw.
Vince Young?
Yeah. But Tim Tebow has been working with the quarterback coach of Brady.
Yeah.
And has been working out.
Stephen A. Smith.
But he's been working out, and because they always said that the two reports that came back, it was that that Tebow threw a bad spiral, and he's corrected that. And his accuracy has increased dramatically.
Well, he's working out with Tom Brady's quarterback coach. That's why.
I'd say he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah, I know. I just said that. So, but thank you for reiterating my point.
Reiterating.
No, I'm not going to spell it. That I had the wrong nomenclature. Isn't that how you say it? I still cannot say that word,
Moving on.
but I thought that was interesting.
I don't think anybody's signing Tebow to answer your question.
D'Angelo Williams. How about him coming to the desert?
Mm,
Right about now, the Arizona should just
I'm okay
take
with
in
that.
anybody that wants to come here. As a
I hear
running
they're
back.
not taking a running back in the first or second, which I think is a bad idea.
We
Because I think
need a
Gurley
running
is going to
back.
be there, and I think
No,
that's
he
your
won't.
pick.
No, he won't. I don't think he'll be there.
But I think the guy is going to be CJ Spiller.
In Arizona, really?
Yeah, I think they're
I
going
know
to.
that. I know that.
They like him.
Philly's
They
trying
liked
to
him
land
last
him.
year. They can put him with Andre Ellington and get that 1-2 combo, and you'll be all right. You don't have to have him carry it 40 times a game. He can carry it 20 times a game. Both of them can.
It's going to be interesting.
And I heard DeMarco Murray too, but I don't believe DeMarco Murray's coming here because they're not going to pay him.
See,
that
no,
much
I
money.
heard that there's a better chance of AP coming here.
That's not happening.
but-
Murray's going to go somewhere. I think he's.
I
gonna,
think he is too. Brent said that he deleted all of his Cowboy stuff
Yep.
off his Twitter account.
And supposedly they haven't talked for a week.
Yeah. Which is just
Jacksonville's got a lot of money. If they
They
put
do.
him there and they sign Julius Thomas and they maybe get a wide receiver, I mean, there's still some guys available. Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne. They're not great, but you might be competing for a playoff spot. The problem is you're in the same
Yeah.
division as the Colts.
But the good thing is for all these veterans, come October, November, December timeframe, you're playing in Jacksonville, Florida. You know, there could be worse places and worse weather to play in.
And there's no state income tax.
Yep, see, there you go.
Well, again, just to kind of back up just real quick when you're talking about the running situation for the Cardinals. I mean, you were mentioning just anyone should come to play. There's not if you look at all the lists of running backs that are free agents, there are a couple that could possibly fit the Cardinals style. So then,
Like
if you haven't, at least some of the talks that I've kind of heard, not that they've been reached out to and been spoken to, but that would fit their style, is now we already kind of mentioned. I've still been hearing talks that they're trying to go after AP, but Ryan Matthews has been whispered about.
Did he re-sign with the Chargers?
I haven't.
they
So,
re-signed
okay,
him.
well, I haven't seen that update yet. I know it sounds weird, but no Sean Moreno has been.
I wouldn't mind no Sean. He's a power back.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, you would have to go. I mean, again, I know you
The thing
mentioned
is that
McFadden is out there as well.
They're not going to pay big money, so you're going to have to get one of these second-tier guys. It's not going to be a top-tier running back.
Well, I don't think. I heard Chris Johnson got shot in the arm.
Yeah, he did.
So
But he'll recover
yeah, he'll
next
be-
week.
He's not.
But
No,
Reggie Bush is available. Not that I'm saying that he's the best
no,
fit.
I don't want him. You already got Andre Ellington.
Oh, John Kuhn from Green Bay.
He's a fullback. Chris Arians doesn't use a fullback.
Good. I just want to say that good.
But CJ Spiller,
racist, man.
CJ Spiller being available, even though I know Philly wants him, but
Ahmad Bradshaw.
that would be one that I would. I'm a fan of him.
I don't know how much he's got left.
But
Ronnie
you wouldn't
Brown.
be signing him to get 30 to 40 or 25 to 30 touches.
Reggie Bush.
No.
Looking at New England, New Orleans, and San Francisco.
I heard Stevan Ridley.
Ridley, maybe.
Eh,
Jonathan Dwyer.
they let him go last year.
I know, but I'm saying he's available.
I didn't do much when he was here before.
Who else we got here? Who's already gone?
But
Peyton
D'Angelo-
Hillis.
He didn't play last year. He's not going to play this year.
Just throwing names out there. Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson's
He's
available.
too slow.
Chris Johnson. Ryan
Yeah.
Matthews is still available. Darren McFadden. Darren
Okay
McFadden.
with McFadden.
I'm okay with McFadden. As a matter of fact,
McFadden, Bradshaw, D'Angelo Williams.
Now, have you guys heard anything about the
Any one of those
Cardinals
guys
looking
would
at
be
Crabtree?
okay with.
Have you heard that?
no.
No.
Because
I heard
right
he's a sorry ass receiver though.
What about Joe McKnight, dude, from Kansas City? He backed
No.
up with Charles, man.
He's Matt Leinert's BFF, and we already got enough problems with that.
I know, but I mean, he did a pretty good job.
I guess if
man.
you're gonna have a pool party with 17-year-old girls, you invite Joe McKnight,
Mm.
Matt Leinart.
DeMarco Murray looking at Arizona, Philly, Dallas, Jacksonville, and Oakland.
I hope he goes to Jacksonville. I want Jacksonville to do well.
You're a well-wisher.
They've
Ray
got,
Rice.
They've got a
Ray
pool in the
Rice is
stadium.
available. Ray
No.
Rice is available. Yes or no? Ray Rice is on a team week 1.
Yes.
Yes.
Who's going to take that gamble?
It's only Oakland's a great fit.
That's true. I mean, they can get him cheap, and they could have a good 2 running back.
If
there
Oakland,
with
because
Lou and him.
even if they could put him on the offense, I think I agree with you from the very beginning of the year. Carr, I think, is going to be a pretty solid quarterback. Granted, he stays healthy. We were just talking about what they've added on the defense. So,
okay, let's go ahead and take a break. We're going to finish this up and check out some baseball and basketball.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in your life. I'm no different. Hey, everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
Veterans served us, now it's time we serve them. As a veteran of Afghanistan and Iraq, as well as a current military member deployed abroad, I would like to take a minute of your time to tell you about Patriot Hills of New York. Patriot Hills of New York is a nonprofit organization providing support to veterans and their families. They partner veterans in need with over 65 health and wellness organizations, community groups, as well as philanthropic foundations providing no or low-cost services. They've helped over 400 veterans through confidential referral services, assistance with veterans issues, employment placement, as well as educational opportunities. If you need assistance or just want to help veterans by donating your time or services, contact them at info@patriothills.org. Again, that's info@patriothills.org. Visit patriothillsofnewyork.com for more information about their services or how you can donate. Our veterans deserve no less. We can give it to them, and you can help.
Into the jam, then let the music take command. Back to another dimension. Stop the book and face on attention. Music to party, music to dance. The new follow up a public demand. Slick as pipe, the loud man.
All of a sudden, I have an urge to find some glow sticks and some neon body paint,
Right.
and go to Miami. Oh, injury news around the majors, man. What do we got?
I mean, what's really sad is this is the first one I want to talk about. Hunter Pence, first day of spring training. I think it was his first at bat. High and tight, broken left forearm, out 4 to 6 weeks. And the only thing that I, aside from the fact that I don't like the team he plays for, obviously being the Giants, I've got so much respect for Hunter Pence because he's one of the guys. You call him Mr. Hustle. And he's a great guy to see. But yeah, I'm not sure if you guys even saw the film on it. It wasn't the normal viewing, like from behind center field, that looks bad. Is when they show the camera that was on the first base side, because literally you can the problem that happened, the main thing is when the ball's high and tight, you put your hands to your chest and you pull back. So that put his forearm straight up against his chest so that there's no give. And it's basically it's going off a wall. And so it just pins it and shattered it. So that one was pretty, that sucks. I mean, your first at bat in spring training, you get injured. That sucks. But some of the other ones in terms of pitching, which is kind of sad, is we're not sure about what Yu Darvish over on the Rangers. And I mean, I don't care who you are. You got to enjoy watching him pitch. He's fun to see. Possibly you might need Tommy John, which sucks for any pitcher. Cliff Lee right now is going on. I think he's even asking even Santa Claus for a third or fourth opinion because he opted up not to have the surgery last year because they said he'd have about 90% chance of just wearing it off, and he's back in the same position. He's going to try and throw through tightness. If he has surgery, he said his career is over.
It's going to be interesting to keep an eye on that.
Well, he's always been hot on the topics of trade and free agencies. A lot of clubs like him. He's a great lefty, but it's.
What about the Phillies now? Lee's out, and they're still talking about trading Hamels.
Yeah, Hamels has not yet confirmed anywhere specifically that he is going to go. I mean, does this decision of him not having Lee possibly influence him to maybe go someplace else? I mean, we've seen with any team that you look at, you can't have just one ace and expect, you're going to be winning every fourth, every fifth game. At best, look at some of the other teams. Like right now, look at Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, unless you have a 8-game series, you're going to lose the first 5.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, you kind of need that bulk or that depth, at least specifically with when it comes to playoffs. But that's going to be interesting to see how that works out with him.
I heard the Yankees are interested in Hamels.
Yes.
Yeah, Yankees,
yes.
Red Sox, now Toronto. Now that
that was the next one I want to get to. Now that's a real shame. Marcus Stroman.
Yeah,
he was a rookie last year. I think he went like 11-6. He had a really impressive rookie season.
Yeah.
And he pitched in a league in that division where it's a pretty powerhouse in terms of offense.
Right.
Them losing him is huge because they've been trying to when they went out and got Reyes, they went out and got some talent in the infield and the outfield. Now losing one of your starting pitchers, and especially one who's I think he's only 24, 25. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things where you're never going to know how well he's going to be doing, especially when you have that type of injury. Now, granted, it's not an arm, but 90% of all your power comes from your legs, and it comes off that planting and that pivoting leg. So, granted, it's not like football, like a running back knee injury, but a knee is significant because when you're bringing all that power and momentum down off the mound, that knee is kind of like your shock absorber there for.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But people coming back from injuries, Tulo and Gonzo are back for Colorado, which obviously, as we know, that they've been carrying that team for years.
Yeah, they have.
So if you're a lot of people say Tulo probably would have won the MVP last year had he not gotten hurt because he was on another pace to set some incredible numbers.
Right.
So if you're a Rockies fan, that's good news for you. Some of the other injuries that I was trying to follow up on. It's not really an injury, but it's going to be question him out. He's listed as injured, Josh Hamilton, but there's some more stuff about his off-field experiences that are kind of coming up that should not be made public.
Right.
It's got nothing to do with performance-enhancing drugs. It's nothing like that. So he's nursing. He's out right now with a shoulder injury, but he's getting a lot of trash right now for some of the off-field stuff. With the Dodgers, Greinke, he's out until at least mid portion of March with an elbow injury.
Mm-hmm.
They did say that they had found that his start date for pitching was pushed back. Also with them is Kenley Jansen, their closer. He is out with he had a growth on his foot that was removed, so he's barely he's barely even walking right now. But off of injuries, what's one thing that I really want to actually kind of just really quickly hit on is actually how well the D-backs are doing. Because with the young,
absolutely, yeah,
with how young their lineup looks on paper, you may not be very happy with what you see. The game that I went to on Saturday, I was specifically looking at Trumbo, That game I went to, Goldie didn't play first base, but Yosmani Tomas, and I told you before we went on air, that kid is a beast. After seeing him up close, he's like a little smaller than Panda. He's like a Sandoval, but the kid swings like Adrian Beltre does.
Right.
But he has control over it, and like this kid is tearing it up. Trumbo right now has already gone yard twice in back-to-back games.
Lamb just went deep twice today.
Yeah. What's kind of amazing is when I saw them play against the Mariners, they were making the Mariners force themselves to make bad plays, which is not typical what we see from the D-backs. But again, it's spring training. You got to kind of, I mean, you had that little bit of leeway. Cole Mentor pitched really well the game that I was there. He pitched really, really well. I was actually really impressed with it because, again, this is a guy who hits mid to upper 80s, but it's his release point and his fluidity that makes him effective. So I liked what I saw out of the D-backs. And actually, let me just check right now. I think the D-backs actually, aside from the Royals, may have the best record in spring training. Oh, they have the second best record in the Cactus League.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, actually, just behind Kansas City. But this is something that we weren't even expecting. We were thinking that this was going to be kind of be one of those seasons where, like, let's just turn the page and get to 2-3 years down the line.
Right.
It's looking really good for Arizona.
So the Roosters is doing a good job.
I mean, something's working. Now, again, it's spring training, but I don't think that we were even expecting to see this type of production right out the get-go. So, and they set the D-backs and the Giants set a record for the most attendance at a spring training game. So, I mean, the fact that we all knew it was going to be the Giants, but the fact that it was with the D-backs, I'm pretty excited to just kind of see where everything is, and plus I'm watching games when on my lunch break at work. So I'm streaming on the MLB.com, trying to sneak in a little bit whenever I can.
I think the goal for the D-backs is not to go 9-18 in April.
That hurts.
Yeah, that
does hurt.
Now we'll be at every game now, so they should have a winning record this year.
Big news for the Mets. Harvey, he missed all last year with Tommy John surgery. I watched him pitch 2 innings last Thursday.
How's his knuckleball look?
Wrong person. This kid throws 96, 97.
He's the one who throws the knuckleball in the Mets.
Dickey.
Yeah.
R.A. Dickey, that's right.
Who's not even on the Mets anymore.
Oh, yeah, he's on Toronto now.
But no, he was one that came back from Tommy John. So he had a great showing, 2 innings, no hits. That was pretty big. Watching him come back. I did get a chance to watch. I've actually been watching a little bit of Baltimore because they just happen to be on a lot. Ubaldi did well, although he had a 22-inning second inning pitch. But Seattle looks good too. Seattle looks really, really good this right now.
But again, everything's just spring training.
No, it is. But again, they made some moves, so it should be interesting. But your boys look really, really strong. That lineup looks pretty nasty. The only thing I'm worried about, which we've mentioned, is the pitching. Right. But you said Masterson went 4? 3.
No, he went 3 scoreless today, 4 strikeouts, no hits, no walks.
That's pretty solid there. With the Yankees, they're worried about Tanaka because
tough acting Tanaka.
No.
I thought that was pretty good. Not just because it's a baseball reference. I thought that one was pretty good.
My new nickname for him. Tough acting.
I just think they should just get all Asian guys.
Hey, you know what? That brings up a thought. Not to jump on you, but MLB's trying to expand regular season games. They're talking about Cuba regular season games.
I could see that. Especially with the last 3 years of how many people have been coming into the majors from Cuba.
Right.
Well,
the Dominican Republic.
Are we playing the Cuban team and they have milk jugs for gloves? Because we'll probably win.
Really?
They do. That's what they use.
I think that would be, again, just like because we did opening game last year, Dodgers and D-backs in Australia was last year. We've done the Europe. That's happened before. I mean,
why not like Dominican Republic?
Why not Jamaica? They like cricket.
have their own league.
Jamaica doesn't have a baseball team,
They have cricket.
so they don't have a baseball team.
We could
is what I'm
convert
saying.
them. Got to take over this cricket thing. Cricket's very popular.
Cricket. Nobody understands cricket.
It's boring. The games can last like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Well, actually, just kind of mentioning, there was a point to that rant because it got me onto the
Okay.
time. The clock in baseball. So, I mean, everyone knows we're trying to speed up the games. I think
That's what they say.
the Dodger game I went to was 2 hours and 31 minutes.
Perfect. Get to like
Yeah, but
2:15.
most of the people can't hit anyway because they're just coming up from like double A.
No, actually,
They don't have scouting reports.
but I mean, people are at least with spring training, it didn't go into extra innings. 2 hours 31 minutes.
Look, if it's 2 hours 31 minutes or 2 hours and 59 minutes, that doesn't matter to me. If it's 3.5 to 4 hours, that's a little long.
I enjoy
and
it.
those are still kind of rare.
I like the 215, 220 National League games.
Really? So you actually realize after it's been 215, 220, you're like,
Yep.
Jesus, 227. Come on.
I like those ground ball pitchers to get the defense involved.
No.
But the Jake Locker retired today. The Angels own his rights. Think he's going to be a pitcher?
No.
Oh yeah, they had given him like something like $300,000 to hold his rights for 6 years.
Oh, maybe that is why he retired. I mean, because nothing's wrong with his arm.
And he can get injured in baseball like he gets injured in football.
Well, as a pitcher, no one's rushing except for the shot clock. No one's rushing you or trying to sack you.
That'd be funny as hell if somebody actually rushes him and he's just
Someone
laughing it off. He just sidesteps and
Someone starts streaking. He's like, "Oh, come on, come on, Cletus."
When's Russell Wilson taking batting practice for the Rangers?
I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. No, but plus they'll probably throw it in his contract, his new contract that says, yeah, you're done with all this baseball talk. Done. That's it. So I don't see that happening at all.
They're selling a lot of jerseys.
For what? Texas?
Yeah,
What's his jersey number?
3.
Really?
Yeah, they sold out last year.
Man, that's just stupid people right there.
Well, and we can go ahead and mention your boy hitting 330 right now.
333.
You could sell
333.
Manziel jerseys for the Padres.
Manziel's still in rehab. It's been 6 weeks. Are you kidding me?
Maybe he had a lot of alcohol. in
Are
his
you
blood.
kidding me? No, it wasn't for alcohol.
I just want him to get better because I don't want to wish negative on anyone.
Well,
No, you've done that before and made fun of me for wishing bad things on Manziel. So don't try and play that.
I just want to say, I hope
but
he
it's
gets the
been
help he
6
needs.
weeks. How long does it take to get clean? What is he sneaking a snort or two around the corner? What the hell?
He's
6
not
weeks.
Josh Hamilton. Come on.
Yeah, even Josh Hamilton only spent the weekend in. I mean, come on.
He's in and out. He's a pro now.
Jesus
But I
Christ.
just want him to get the help they need.
6 weeks. 6 weeks.
I just want him to get better.
Shut up.
Then why don't you send him a nice little tweet? So tell him it's from us.
So here's your tweet. Sorry, there's no Coke attached.
But A-Rod's response has actually
wish
been.
ill on people, man. I just want him to be better.
Dude, get your ass up. All right. Look, I'll send him a tweet. Here you go, Johnny. Why don't you go ahead and say it? Why don't we say that you go ahead and take that little dress off and let's end this tea party, okay? Get your ass out of rehab. 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
I just want him to get the help he needs, man.
I can become a full-fledged addict in 3. It's taking him 6 to come clean. Are you freaking kidding me? Get your ass out. You just wait. He's just waiting until he can put his helmet back on. He'll be in there through the draft.
I hope that he'll stop hearing all the hate chant with his helmet on.
Oh my god, dude, he sucks. He is absolutely horrible. And now that there's no Hoyer, who the hell's the quarterback for Cleveland now?
Josh McCown.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's okay. I like McCown. He's a journeyman. He'll get him by for a year, maybe. There's no way. Yeah, we had.
I
that
just wonder
argument
if
without you there.
it's going to be like Manziel and like Tebow covering college sports next year.
Jesus. If it came down to Tebow and Manziel, I'm taking Tebow.
I would take Tebow as well. got some size.
Totally taking
I mean,
Tebow.
he's got I can
The
use
man
him.
can take a hit.
6'5", 250.
Something like
beast.
that.
He's like a fullback.
He can take a hit and occasionally throw a 5-yard pass correctly. Come on, man. Jesus.
And he'll bring the Jesus.
It's just horrible. To the association. Do we have to take another break right now? We haven't even got to the association yet. You trying to end 5 minutes early?
I want to get that last one. We can go water some plants real quick and come back.
All right. Jeez, let's take a break and we'll spend 3.5 minutes on the association.
Veterans served us. Now it's time we serve them. As a veteran of Afghanistan and Iraq, as well as a current military member deployed abroad, I would like to take a minute of your time to tell you about Patriot Hills of New York. Patriot Hills of New York is a nonprofit organization providing support to veterans and their families. They partner veterans in need with over 65 health and wellness organizations, community groups, as well as philanthropic foundations providing no or low-cost services. They've helped over 400 veterans through confidential referral services, assistance with veterans issues, employment placement, as well as educational opportunities. If you need assistance or just want to help veterans by donating your time or services, contact them at info@patriothills.org. Again, that's info@patriothills.org. Visit patriothillsnewyork.com for more information about their services or how you can donate. Our veterans deserve no less. We can give it to them, and you can help. Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey, everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552. Or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face to face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
So the Phoenix Suns are 3.5 games back with about 17 to 18 games left. Can they catch up?
No.
Can I get some actual commentary?
I'm gonna say you want to
lose every game.
Well,
Go ahead, Brent.
no, I don't think they're going to be able to pick up on them.
Well, let's look at the schedule.
I know there's still what 20 games left. I don't. Okay,
About
I was feeling a little better about it honestly before the trades went down.
Buy a lower bowl ticket, have the chance to be signed to a 10-day contract. That's the promotion you should be running.
what?
If you buy a ticket, they'll pull a random seat out. You get a 10-day contract. You can start at point guard. And that way they can lose every game.
So they got Minnesota. They got Atlanta, which they'll lose Atlanta. They got the Knicks. They should beat the Knicks. They'll lose to New Orleans. Lose to Houston.
Lose
to Dallas.
Lose every game.
They might beat Sacramento.
I hope they don't.
They're not bad enough to drop 5 more spots. It's just not going to happen.
I don't want to say.
It's not even mathematically possible.
I don't want to say that Brandon Knight's ankle is really bad, but I hope he doesn't play any more games just on the chance he might tweak it so they lose more games.
But I thought but you would like
Can
if
you-
they had the number 1 pick.
Can you start the gorilla?
He'd be entertaining.
You see him when he does down low when he's jumping off a trampoline. I mean,
Well,
just
I've heard that gorillas are really strong. You'd out rebound everybody.
Yeah.
especially during mating season.
So Oklahoma City still holding on to that 8th spot. So who's going to get that? OKC or New Orleans?
OKC.
I think OKC.
Towards the end, I think.
Yeah.
They keep getting injured, man.
Well, Durant's not supposed to be out for the rest of the season. He's supposed to come back, what, in a week and a half?
Right?
So when this is just what I think. He's going to come back towards the end. They're going to make a final run, and they'll get it. I have a feeling that we've seen what they've done in the past. We know what those two guys can do. They got the city behind them.
New Orleans has the best record in the last 10 in the West. They're 8-2. They are on fire right now. So they're making their playoff push. They might be able to
the
get
bigger
in there.
question is long term, are they going to keep Westbrook or Durant?
They can afford both. You can have 2 stars on one team.
But does Durant want to be there?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah, I don't see.
What's he going to do? Go play with Kobe in 3 years?
I heard he might want to go home to Washington after LeBron went
Have you
home.
heard that there's been talks that Rondo wants
DC.
that Rondo might go to LA?
Yeah. Bryant's trying to court Rondo. So
Well, he's BFF with Bledsoe. Please take him.
the hell's Bledsoe got to do with it?
Did you have a bad
I
day?
don't want him on the Suns. I don't think he's a max player.
Who?
Bledsoe, Eric Bledsoe.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, you guys are stuck with him.
I would have
But
rather they
but
did
nobody,
that deal him for Kyrie Irving straight up.
nobody was really talking about Bledsoe, though. We were talking about Rondo.
Well, I know, but LeBron wants to take his boys with him. Well, his boy is Eric Bledsoe.
We didn't say LeBron. We were talking about Kobe and the Lakers.
I heard LeBron.
Aaron just wanted to hate so bad. He's like, I heard what I wanted to hear.
I haven't even mentioned LeBron.
Nobody cares
yet,
about
right?
Kobe.
But that's the story that we're doing right
Nobody
now.
wants to play with Kobe.
Kobe's trying to get Rondo to go to the Lakers.
Why?
They got to start rebuilding somewhere. It might as well be around a point guard. You know? So, I mean, it makes sense. So you're saying OKC. All right, so let's look in the East. Miami, completely fallen off the mark. They are a half game behind Charlotte right now, and only 2 games ahead of the Boston Celtics,
Yeah.
who are still not eliminated from the playoffs. How is this team not eliminated? Granted, I would think it's hilarious. I would also think it's embarrassing if Boston goes, because then they got to play Atlanta, and Atlanta will just wipe the floor with them.
Well, no. In the East, though, the teams that are still fighting for that position, Boston has done the best in the last 10 games.
They have.
So, I mean,
You can thank Isaiah Thomas for that.
Yeah, you actually can. And Marcus Thomas and Smart make a great pair for point guards. So I like it. Let's see what happens. You know, we'll make the playoffs, and we still got like 30 first-round picks in the next 2 years. So let's see what happens. We could build an entire NBA team and a D League team just with what we got coming up in the first round in the next 2 years. Jesus, Danny Ainge, man, I'll never doubt you again. Never doubt you again, man. My
At
bad.
some point, you got to turn those picks into players, though.
Well, they don't have a choice. They're all first-round picks. They've got 9 first-round picks and I think another 8 second-round picks in the next 2 years.
Yeah, and you only got 15 spots on your team.
That's what I'm saying. You build your D League up. Shit. Once they're in your organization, that's where your D League goes right there. Boom. Go play there. As soon as somebody gets injured, one of you guys coming up. That's a hell of a crop to pick from. Come Summer League, man. Seriously. I mean, they could basically just pick Kentucky.
Do you get a championship trophy in Summer League?
I think you do. There is a Summer League playoff. I think there is. There's a Summer League tournament for the NBA. So interesting. All right. So other than that, Atlanta's already locked up their spot in the playoffs. So let's go ahead and call it an evening. We are on spring break. We'll be back Whenever. We'll be back.